Good morning, everybody. Lovely day today outside. A bit chilly, so I hope everybody has a bit of coffee. And let's get straight back to coding. Yesterday, I finally managed to sort of get my machine ready to work with. I recently switched to a Windows machine reluctantly. I'm used to working with Linux or different operating system, Unix and Linux based. Not to say I'm a pro, but just used to. Switching back to Windows feels very weird, and not everything is working out of the box. Fortunately, and the way I designed the drakon renderer is that everything runs and compiles and functions in a container. And primarily your development environment is also in a container. So it's relatively portable. Now, as you can see in the terminal, I managed to get the diagrams to be produced. So we can dive right into the issue which I mentioned yesterday, and this is the positioning of selected dependence. Which layout would be good? Maybe this. All right. I think you should see very clearly what I want to achieve. So if time allows, what I would like to tackle today is the problem of these dependents, this subtree not being positioned correctly. It should be positioned a little bit further to the right. And also that will shed some light on the issue we've already logged about this connection being rendered or drawn incorrectly. We'll get to it. And if along the way we see some Windows exceptions and Windows-specific hiccups, I'll try to fix it all. This is my new run file that I experimented with. It looks like Windows, or at least my Windows, does not like the preamble that defines what kind of shell I want to use to execute the script. This should be fine now. So now I think I can remove this and leave this in here. So you might wonder, why did I even switch to Windows? The previous setup was working beautifully, even if it was in a container. Well, I couldn't get the recording software configured correctly for my microphone and the camera capture. And I want this stream to, this recording to look good. Therefore, if I can leverage all functions of the recording device I have, I will, even if it means to switch to a different OS. It's not a huge deal. Everything, as I said, is running and compiling and being built in a container anyway. On this machine, I'm not sure what the difference is. The hardware is reasonably good on it. The execution is noticeably slower. Okay, so today we'll be focusing on real life diagram 1. But also we need the build file ready. And let's see if I have an issue to address the problem of those dependents being positioned incorrectly. If not, let's create this. Or you know what, maybe let's start working on this. What's my password? I've been using SSH for a while now, but on this machine, SSH just does not like to work. So until I figure it out, I'll be using HTTPS. Again. Oh, this is interesting. Let's see if I can fix it somehow. This is fun. You know what? I'll figure this out later. For now, let's focus on coding. Now, where... So this is branch 73. You only have main here. Oh, that's fine. First on position dependent. I think the problem was in this file. So first and position dependent should mark the beginning in my new layout algorithm, the beginning of a new dependent path. Yeah, first path. So first on position dependent should also influence the new X with which it's going to be used. So it feels tempting to me that once we find the first unpositioned dependent, we also, with it, return its index in the list it is being pulled from, so that we know how much we shifted to the right. And we get that index. Where do we get that index from? We could have a list of tuples here, dependent and list comprehension with indexes. But is this the best choice? I think what we should do is, instead of returning a maybe records icon, we return a tuple of index. Do we even use integers here? No? And maybe icon. And in that case, oh, come on. that case, we do in case accelerator is index and nothing, then we return that's simple. So that would be index plus 1 and just x. Otherwise, we return a new accelerator index plus 1 and nothing. Sorry, what am I doing? And nothing. Yeah, that's much better. This function is getting a bit bloated, so let's break it up into these lines. Then we can't just say, oh, in case we do find something, we do not want to increment the index anymore, and we just return the accelerator. Okay, I think that's fine. And here, let us start not with nothing, but with 0 and nothing. This is our starting index. And here, where the function is used, we do not care about the index. And here we do care about the index. And when we position the dependent icon, we also give it an index. And index determines how much the icon should be shifted to the right. New x plus index times icon width and space between icons. Sorry, I also need to give it an index if it doesn't shadow the original value. Oh, this is much better. Oh, I think there's a bit of a confusion here. because double, you know what? Let's change it to double. That way we don't have to worry about type conversions. Now, line 38, what is it? Oh, so this is technically incorrect. I need to update new X. I need to update the new X to reflect the index returned from this function. Oh, sorry. You want this, and here we want updated new X. So here we don't have to worry about the index. And here I will not be using new X, but the updated new X. I feel this should be right. Again. Oh, sorry. Updated new index is now a function. It's not just a value, and it needs to be invoked with new X and also the index. And same here. Or maybe technically not, because the new X is an argument that would be available to this subfunction anyway. So we can remove it from here, making update X only expect the index. So the invocation will get simplified a little bit. Index, beautiful. right, let's see. Index is not in scope. In line 42. Yeah, that is not in scope. Why was I thinking that it would be in scope? So here we do have to give it an index, or the index. Is this looking promising? No. 38 again. Here I need to use the index again. Yeah, on this machine, my development environment is significantly slower. There's a suggestion, but before we apply it, let's try to run it and let's see how this looks like. It's going to be a real life diagram one. Okay. It is definitely progress. This is incorrect. Oh, it could be because of this. We only want to increment the index if we do not find anything. Let's try this. And you know what? I'm going to open the diagram in Chrome. Where would this be? Code? Because the background should be bright. Okay, now this is not what we want, not exactly. I've got a very nice email from a former colleague. Now, why is this not working? This could be down to the fact that we're working with an incorrect list of all dependents, but we'll figure it out. Okay, sorry about that. This is definitely not positioned correctly. However, this one is. Let's see how the connection looks like. It looks sort of like this. And what's worse is we are missing one address block. This thing. Let's just check. Inbound, check transit, transport check, and transport Moscow. Transport Moscow we're just missing. Maybe it's underneath this one. But to me, it looks like this got shifted twice. Let's see. Let's see this. In this state, the algorithm should be vanilla. It should be working exactly as it used to before I made any changes. Let's try to run it again. Yeah, this is not fast, is it? Okay. And it is vanilla now. So first and position dependent. Oh. I think this is good. What is not good is how we treat that new X going forward. Let's see, who calls this function first path? Oh, is it as simple as just not changing this? I think so. New x here always needs to be constant. It needs to be that foundation on top of which we build these x coordinates shifted further to the right. Let's try to run it again. Apologies. Just ready to refresh this file whenever the compilation is done. Oh man, that is really slow. Okay, what do we get? We shifted this one, but not this guy. And after that, everything went back to normal. This is weird. path. Well, I don't think it's that simple. Where's that new X coming from? From here. So the trick is that the first invocation of first path prime already for sure has the right X. Meaning, meaning that if we go here, this new X, if this is executed for the first time, is always correct. So if we get all dependents prime of a parent, which in the parent in our case is the removed brain, the first dependent should never be moved. This is getting really complex. But the subsequent dependence can be moved. So it feels like this first path needs to be appended to the first dependent. Let's just do this, a quick and dirty piece of logic. That's, oops, sorry. That says, in case all dependents are missing, nothing, then the index is irrelevant here. Now this collection, we need to turn it into a positioned icon. And here we don't need the index. plus first path, and here we'll have the D. New X is not going to change. Icons and positioned icons. It feels like we should be appending this to the list of positioned icons. But for now, let's see if it works. $59. Again, 59. How should it be indented? No, this indentation here makes no sense. Let's try shifting it here, and then if the compilation doesn't work, we'll try to shift it to the right a bit. Will this work? Looks like it. 62. Oh, this can't be D. It has to be. So let's do this. We don't have to turn this into an array. Or we can even do this. And D needs to be a positioned icon, I think. Yeah. $65. Okay, where's the Y coming from? Oh, this is the Y. 65. Where is parent? Oh yeah, parent is only available here. So let's do this. Positioned. Oh goodness, this is getting complicated. It used to be simple. Let's do this. We'll remove the y. We'll add a parent here. We'll do this. And here we'll do parent. And also we'll add a parent here. Okay. Okay. I think we're moving in the right direction because the inbound is shifted. This is what we want, but its dependents are not. Oh goodness. I think it should be reasonably easy to fix. What worries me is that the simplicity of this function, next column, is out of the window. And I'll have to think how to call this function, first path prime, recursively, so that the first time it's called, it is not shifting. It's the head first dependent. Because the head first dependent is always going to be positioned correctly. Okay, but at least I feel we're getting somewhere. Okay, so first path, let's go to that function. So I feel new index should be updated after all. Where's new x used? Oops, there. Oops, what am I doing? I'm sorry, everybody. Updated new x with an index. Let's see it now. This is definitely correct, though, so I'm pretty happy already. These we will move. Okay, so I'm not sure if you can see this. Sort of correct, but we're missing the Moscow icon. Let's just run a quick test and we'll wrap it up for now. This is how we do it. Like this. Let's run a quick test. So as we're coming up with the new x, or updated new x, let's multiply this by half. This way, as we get a new column, new column also, yeah, I think I know what's happening. So the Moscow is still being rendered here because the new column does not know anything about the shifted x. Okay, but this is something that we can control and fix later. So by doing this, I'm expecting to see the Moscow icon that I believe is currently underneath the transport check icon. Oh, you can't see this. I will need to shift it a little bit. Yes. I hope this is better. Yes. So I feel the Moscow icon is underneath here. And if I run it, at least we'll see it. Okay, let's see how this works. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Well, it is good news because we're not losing that icon. We're just shifting it very incorrectly. So for now, I'm pretty happy with the progress, but during the next session, I would like to figure out a better way of calling the first path so it doesn't destroy the simplicity that this function used to have. And also, we'll have to figure out how to notify whoever is calling the next column, which happens to be next column, it's recursive, that the index has changed. and that will impact the new X. It should be pretty simple to do because all we'll have to change, I think, is just to return the new updated X from first path. And that should shift everything accordingly. But for now, yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way it looks now. At least we have the biggest problem fixed. We just generated a new one, but it's should be also relatively easy to fix. For now, though, let's wrap it up. I need to take a little break. I thank you very much for sticking with me. I hope you have a lovely Friday. And yeah, see you next time. Bye.